All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Molly. I'm a co-founder here at EarnBetter, and today I'm pumped to be talking with one of our users, Tricia. I first met Tricia this spring when we were chatting about her job search, and she recently reached out to let me know that she landed a new job, which is awesome news. Go, Tricia. And yep. And so I asked her if she would have an informal talk with me to chat about her job search, pass along any insights and tips from her search in case those are helpful to any other job seekers out there. And that's pretty much why we're here today. So Tricia, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you sharing your story.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, great. I guess, can we start just if you want to, start by sharing a little bit about yourself and your job search?
Yeah, sure. So, I work in IT and I have been, I guess, for about 27 years, I've been in IT. I love the company that I was working for, but I just needed something different. So I had been searching and nothing, I was getting no callbacks. It was just dead silence. And I'm like, I don't know if it's my age. Is it my resume? I always put a cover letter. So I said, maybe my cover letter isn't great. Well, one day I was scrolling through TikTok for a couple of hours and I came across one of your promotions about EarnBetter. And I said, oh, okay, let's just try this out. So I found a job on Indeed, got on EarnBetter and kind of looked it over. And it said if you have the job description and the title to put that in, and it can create the resume and or cover letter. I said, let's do both. One of Well, anyway, first of all, the resume came out great. The cover letter sounded like nothing I would write, even though I do love writing. But it just picked up certain aspects of the job description. And nowadays, with the way headhunters, recruiters, even companies are looking at resumes, it's being read, and I don't know the exact term, but you can tell people about that. But the one thing I did do was I read over it thoroughly, because with the job description, like, might say requires bachelor's degree. I don't have one. So I made sure and edited that part out if it put it in. So I did the first one and I got a call back the very next day. And I'm going to get emotional. I told Molly because after I got the call back, wasn't a job offer, it was just the call back. I messaged their support and I said, where can I leave a review? I'm just so ecstatic that I got a call back after years of searching and nothing. And they passed it on to you, and this is us talking about it. So yeah, it was the initial.
I remember when I got your first email, and it like warmed my heart, because we're talking to job seekers every day, every week, and as you know, it's a grind. It can be like very grueling, very isolating, challenging, etc. And so hearing from our users and folks like you that it's helping, and that it's, helping folks get interviews and jobs is just like the best news ever, like music to our ears. So I remember when I read your note, I was like, oh my gosh, amazing. I love this story already. So yeah, so happy for you and so glad that we could help. You mentioned that you'd been on the job search for a while. So how long were you job searching until you found EarnBetter? And then how long did it take to land the job that, I can't remember if you've started or you're about to start?
I start tomorrow, actually.
Oh, good timing.
I know. So I think we started, well, I had been looking, and let's I took the job that I currently have because I needed a job.
Mhm.
Plus, it was closer to my house. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but I ended up loving the job. But I had been looking even after being hired on there. So I want to say like 6 years. I have really looked, and this is on my own, without a headhunter, without a
Mhm.
recruiter. Um, and the first time I used EarnBetter, I did get that call back, but that interview process was 2 months long, and then they didn't get the bid. So,
Bummer.
and then in the meantime, some things changed at work. So I said, well, let's just rest a little and then come back to it. And came back to it last week on Sunday. I applied, got a call back Monday, had my first interview Tuesday, and had my second interview on Wednesday. Got the job offer at 4:15 on Wednesday. So
Amazing.
it was insanely fast.
I mean, how does that feel after, looking for so long?
I, relief.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so it's not my credentials that are the issue. It's not. It's the way the resume is written. It's the way the cover letter highlights things that they are looking for.
Mhm.
So I was just doing it wrong this whole time, because and it again, EarnBetter doesn't get you the job; they get you the foot in the door. So it's up
Yeah.
to me to get the job. So I was just thankful that you gave me the tools that I didn't have to land the job. So
Yeah. No, and we hear that from a lot of people. It's like, in order to be good at the job search, you have to be like a professional job seeker, which is so messed up. It's like, I can do my job. I'm very good at XYZ, but I might not know the best way to write a resume or exactly what I need to include in order to stand out. And so, yeah, that's actually like one of the main reasons why we did this is like, it shouldn't have to be this hard.
yeah.
But I do agree with you and any other job seekers that are listening to this. It's not you, it's the system. So I know it can be hard to, keep motivated and going each day, but just know that. I guess next question, I know you've mentioned EarnBetter, but any other tools or resources that you used in the job search or anything else that you would, recommend other folks check out?
So and I didn't use it this last time, but there's something that you generate, and I'm sorry, I'm not using the correct words, but it gives you a breakdown of the company.
Mhm.
That is an awesome tool. I mean, yes, you can look at their website, but it can be overwhelming. And so I did use that on the first time that I applied.
Okay.
Well, through you guys. I
Is
didn't.
it was that the interview guide?
Yes, the
Okay.
interview guide, and it gives you a breakdown of the company and everything. It's really good. Gives you great questions that might be asked,
Mhm.
so you can kind of prepare yourself. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good.
And that we also offer that for free, and that's based on the company and role. So if anybody does want to look into that, it's 2 to 3 pages, has information about the company you're interviewing for, questions you can anticipate being asked, as well as, potential ways to think about answering them. And then, some other just like more general tips and tricks and best practices. So great. Glad you were able to use that, at least in round one.
Yeah.
Well, what about, we've kind of touched on this, but the job search can be time intensive, really challenging. How did you stay motivated?
How did I stay motivated? It was, I mean, it was hard. I just kept going. And again, when I stopped for a while, because it is tiring, and I think you should take a break because it kind of renews your, when you're in the interview, your energy is renewed for them to see as well. because this last interview, I was so calm. I'm never calm. I'm usually 15 to 20 minutes before an interview. I'm shaking. I'm going through all these. Oh, what if they ask this? Okay, let's come up with that. And this time I just said, Tricia, calm down. And I was just calm throughout the whole interview. So yeah, I just took a break. And I think everybody has to do that, even in your normal life, if you're not interviewing.
Yeah. No, it's really important, and it can be hard for job seekers, especially if it's somebody doesn't have a paycheck. It's like you are trying to pour everything into it, but you do need to, what's the phrase about putting your oxygen mask on first? Like, you have to help yourself. And sometimes that requires some, self-care and doing stuff outside of the job search, which easier said than done, but I totally agree. Like, taking breaks is good. Just getting a little perspective and distance too.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other tips or advice for people who are on the job search?
I say research the company. Just really research the company. When you're applying, I wouldn't just, I guess blanket applying can work for some people because you feel like, well, the numbers game, the more I do, but just really using EarnBetter and, reviewing the resume just for little imperfections. And when I say it's taking like the bachelor's degree or something that you don't have, and just editing that part out. Also, a good tip is always a follow-up thank you. I know that seems kind of old school, but I am old school. So yeah, I think it does make it personal. Bring up something that you connected with in the interview as well, not just about the job.
Yeah.
And I think that adds a little bit of something different. So
I totally agree. A personal touch. I'm with you, like, just from like a human decency, like I still write thank you notes. Just a nice thing to do, but you can reiterate why you're interested, why you're a good fit. And to your point, add something personal. Like, I liked learning this about you or about the role. And so, yeah, I think thank you notes and follow-up notes are a great idea. All right. Well, I think that's a good place for us to wrap. So, Tricia, thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. And again, thrilled for you in the new job. Starts tomorrow. Good luck. And we know you're going to crush it.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited, and I'm glad I got to meet you.
You too.